Welcome back to the Switch Sports Golf Pro League. It is time for Week 3 action, and the Treemeisters, my team, are still holding on, or were still holding on to first place by 1 point over the Daggers. But I can say that in the early going of this week, the Daggers have pulled ahead on some really solid play from Rick, and also from the rest of the team as well. They put up some really solid scores. So we're going to have to try our best here to battle back, and we'll see if we can put together some really good scores. My scores so far, my scores that count, are 24 under, 24 under again, and then 21 under. So if I can beat that 21 under, I can drop that score. And that would actually put me in the 70s overall for my 3-round total, which would be a pretty cool accomplishment that I haven't actually made before. We'll see if we can pull that off today. That's going to be the goal. We have a good looking start here on the first hole. 0 wind, middle right pin. Let's aim this one to there. Zohan, my Treemeister teammate, is here. We have all 4 Treemeisters, actually. That's a second thing. All of my teammates are here. Let's see if we can play well, get a good seed, and put up some good team scores. All right, my shot is on the way. It's looking pretty good. That should move to the right, and we'll sink it. We'll make the chip on the first hole for a nice eagle with 0 wind. A very nice start. My Treemeister teammate Alex has a shot for it as well. Let's see if he can bounce it up there. That looks really good. He'll sink it. So my teammates are, well, me, Alex, Zohan, and Leo, and 3 of the 4 of us make eagles there on the first. It'll be 5 eagles overall. A good start on hole 1. Let's move on to hole 2. What kind of wind are we going to be seeing here? It's the middle left pin and some crosswind. 6 miles an hour crosswind, not bad at all. Let's aim this one to there. We'll hit the 5-iron. About a little bit more than like 3 1/3 dots of power. Let's try that out. Right about there feels like a pretty good shot. That should take a decent looking landing. That's going to roll back, and it's just going to miss on the left side. A near miss there. We'll have to tap in a birdie on 2. We'll tap the birdie up there. No aces there, so tricky one on that hole 2. Not super difficult. Everybody put it really close, but tough to make. So it'll still be 3 under as the lead. We'll move on to hole 3, and it looks like the conditions are looking pretty okay here. This is a good wind direction. 9 miles an hour and a nice pin. Okay. A nice look here at hole 3. Let's see if we can send a couple of good shots up there and take advantage of this. Just got to hit that full drive. You can cut it pretty close to that tree. It carries the left side of it, no problem. We'll end up nicely in the fairway here. And we can actually hit the little fade underneath the trees and try to put this one on the green or pretty close to it. We'll put a little bit of fade on it. Yeah, right about there. Should be decent. Oh, that's too much, I think. Let's see. Let's see where it ends up. Oh, it'll hit the rough first. And that is rough. Okay. We're going to have to try to chip this up there the hard way. Let's see. It'll move a little to the left in the air. It should roll back to the right on the green. But let's chip this up there with a dot and a half a power. And hope to roll this up and in. That's going to be what we're hoping for. Let's see if we can pull it off. Can we make the eagle on 3? That looks pretty good. We'll sink it right in the middle of the cup from an awkward angle, but we'll make it, and that's a really good start. Wow, Beef had a tap-in eagle. That was where you can end up. You can be on the green in 2 if you get the fade right. So it'll be 3 eagles there. Leo, I believe. The name's a little bit hidden on my screen. Leo will make the eagle, as will Beef, and it'll be a good start. 5 under through 3. We'll move on to hole 4 here. We're going to see that back right pin, a little bit of a weird one. What kind of wind are we looking at? 11 miles an hour, not too bad on that front. We'll call it about there for the aim. We'll use the spoon and hit it up there with just under 3 dots of power and hope that that rolls up nicely for us. Okay, I think that's the look. Let's see if we get the bounce. That looks pretty good, actually. Hang on. It'll bounce up there. Oh, and smack the pin. Just a little too much juice on that shot. It actually almost got lucky that hit the pin. That could have ended up maybe off the back of the green. Sneaky downwind there. I wasn't quite expecting that to fly that far. Usually the bottom of that 3rd dot is a pretty good 0 wind aim point. And with just some light crosswind that was pushing slightly forward, it ended up flying quite a ways further. So birdies all around there. We'll continue a pretty good start. I mean, 2 eagles through 4, can't complain about that. Close calls on both 2 and 4. All right, what does hole 5 have in store? It looks like some tough wind. Hole 5 just has not been nice in this Pro League, which is unfortunate. Not too bad of a pin. I mean, it's a pretty tough pin to make, but it's not too bad. Let's just send a good drive and a good second shot out there, and we'll try our best to chip it up and in on the third. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes hole 5 you can end up with like tap-in eagles if you get lucky with the wind. Not the case here with this wind in the face. Alright, let's aim this out to the left. We're going to have to give this a good look on the third shot from about 50 yards or so. We'll send it up there, put it as close as we can, and we'll see about trying to make this chip. How do we want to go about this? I think we'll want to bounce it up. I think my aim is fairly decent, hopefully. Let's try this out. Let's send it up there just a little bit under pin high power and see if we can bounce this one up there. Oh, that's going to be off. Yeah, just short. Maybe needed to club up and try to roll it out that way. The wedge does tend to bounce to a stop, and it's really hard to get a make when that happens. Now, I didn't put it close. It was definitely a misread with the wind. It went quite a bit further right than I thought, and it was much more uphill as well. We'll have to tap in a birdie on 5. You know, it's not bad. 2 eagles through 5 is a fine pace, especially in competitive play, which is a bit harder than my local mode rounds, if you follow some of those. Birdies all around again is what it will be. That was a tough one to make the eagle. Not a difficult hole overall, but a tough hole out. So it'll be 7 under through 5 as the lead. What kind of condition are we going to see on hole 6? It's going to be a slightly more difficult pin, but some fairly favorable wind, actually. Let's try to send a good drive up there, and maybe put it close and try to give ourselves a chance at the eagle. We can send it down there. It shouldn't be too hard of a birdie from the angle that I'm looking at here. We'll put it in the tree, which is fine, and we'll have a decent angle to try to bounce this one down there. So we'll want to use the 3-iron. Ooh, we do have to cut this a little uncomfortably close with the tree. I think it's kind of fine, though. We'll give it about that much power. Hopefully this ends up safe for the tree with some spin. Let's see. I think that's decent. It's not going to be real close to it. It should kick a little to the right. Oh, it doesn't. It'll just actually glide to a stop nicely down there. That's totally fine. A good angle to putt this from. So actually not a real good look at the eagle like I hinted at in the beginning. We were kind of blocked by that tree a little bit. But let's send a good putt up there. Just try to secure this birdie. Right about to there feels like decent aim. We'll want to hit it with a little bit more than a dot of power. We'll send it up there and we'll sink the birdie on a hole 6 that is not always a very makeable birdie. And it'll be birdies for everybody except for Leo, who had a tough putt I saw there. We'll move on to hole 7. Are the conditions going to be okay? Not really. Ooh, 29 miles an hour. Yikes. The good conditions just don't want to be consistent for us in this Pro League, do they? We see a couple, and oftentimes hole 7's a decent opportunity for eagles if you can get some nicer wind. But that's just not always the case. We'll have to send this one up there safely in the right side of that little short fairway notch. That'll be about perfect, actually. I don't think I could place it any better than where I left that one. A pretty good start to this one. However, it remains difficult. It's not much of an eagle chance here. Do we want to spin this? I have a lot of hesitancy to try that. I think we'll want to bounce this up there, even though that's not the most favorable option. We'll aim this to over there. We'll hit it with like that much power. I believe should be okay. And we'll just send this up there. Hopefully that's okay. That should move to the right a little bit. Oh, it'll take a bounce off the fairway. That's not good. Hopefully that holds the green. Slow down, slow down, slow down. It will slow down. Oh, really difficult hole 7 here. That's not what you want to see. We're going to have to sink a tough putt to try to make this birdie and keep this round on a good pace. We have to aim this way out to the left. This is such a key birdie putt. You really don't want to be making pars and missing putts in this Pro League. We'll send this up there. That much power should be decent. Move to the right, we'll sink it. That's a tough one, but we'll make the side hill putt from about 30 feet on hole 7. So a scary hole 7 will just be a birdie. I mean, sometimes an eagle opportunity, but not there. Lucky to save a birdie. We'll maintain a good 2-shot better than birdie golf pace. What is hole 8 going to have in store? It looks like some crosswind and a tougher pin. Not one of my favorite pins. Oh, this one's so risky. I feel like I put this in the water so often, but we'll have to give it a shot. Oh, this pin is so scary. Let's try it, though. We'll aim it to there. We'll hit it with about that much power to make absolutely sure we get it up there. Definitely do not want to leave this one in the water. That looks safe, at least. It's not going to be a make, I don't think. Oh, it'll be close. It'll be close, and that's not still an easy putt. This whole 8-pin is so difficult. Even if you put it close and give it a good shot, it's not guaranteed from here. It's just a scary little putt from right here. Oh, man. Hopefully this works. Oh, please sink. It will. So scary, but we get it to fall. Once again, birdies all around. Low scoring has been difficult on this tougher seed. Not many chances for hole outs. We'll see if the back nine's any nicer. We'll see if hole 9 is any nicer. Can we get tailwind on 9? It looks like it. Now, how strong is it? That's so important. It looks pretty strong. Huge. 26-mile-an-hour tailwind. This is incredible. Maybe a chance at an eagle. Oftentimes, hole 9 is tough to even make a birdie on in some cases, but this is a really good condition. Let's see if we could take advantage of it. We'll send it out just left of that first tree. It'll move a little to the left in the air. We'll hopefully glide that down there a decent ways. That should keep going just a little bit. And we're in a good spot here. Now, it's not the easiest pin to try to make this or to try to put this second shot like real close. I think we'll want to hit this to about, you know, leaving it in the short bunker is actually not the worst option. Maybe about there. We got to make sure we carry the water. That's, you know, mission number 1. Let's just put this safely on land somewhere. Wherever it goes is fine. Just a little over 3.5 dots of power is what I'm going to go for. That looks fairly good. Hang on. Oh, I thought that might end up like hitting the pin or something and slowing down. Now we're going to end up way on the back of the green, 55 feet away, but we have an eagle putt. It's really tough to put that shot from all the way back there close. But we've got a putt from back here. I mean, this is possible. It's not probable, but it is indeed possible. Let's see if we can pull off a ridiculous one. 55 feet down the hill. Just a little bit less than 2 dots of power should send it on its way. Oh, that's going to miss on the right side. Really close. Zohan has made it. What a putt from Zohan to make that eagle from all the way in the back of the green. I gave it a good look. Just over-adjusted slightly. And we'll have to tap in a birdie, but, I mean, just a possibility, a tantalizing possibility of an eagle there on hole 9. That was really difficult. We see somebody sink it, which is not super common. So an eagle from Zohan is going to pull him up even with me and Beef. So an 11 under start through 9 is, I think, my best pace in this pro league so far. The back 9 is going to be so key here. You know, we played decently on the front, made a nice eagle on 1 and 1 on 3, but it was really tough to make any sort of hole outs beyond that. Let's see if the back 9 turns around at all, if we can make a couple more shots here and there. We'll have a decent look at hole 10, as you typically do. I'm not the biggest fan of this condition. You know, front left pin and wind that's pushing from left to right, which means you don't have a lot of green to work with on the left side. Let's aim it to there. We'll give it about that much power, I'm going to say. 3.5 dots. Feels like a little bit much, but it's way uphill. We have to account for that. Let's try it out.
Nice shot.
That's going to be the power I wanted. Now let's see if that kicks to the right. Rolls up. Oh, and we'll lip it all the way around and sink it. What an eagle on 10. A good start to this back 9. Let's see if we can put together a couple more like that and try to push this score nice and low. Beef also made the eagle there. A nice chip in to push us both to 13 under. 3 better than birdie golf pace is where we'll be heading into this back 9. That is often better for scoring. Let's see what hole 11 has in store. It's that back middle pin. Kind of a tough one for me, at least, to make the ace on. How do we want to handle this? It's maximum wind kind of in the face. This one's a weird look at it. I'm going to use the 5-iron. A lot of people use the spoon here, and that may be the right strategy. I just am not super comfortable with it. So let's use the 5. We'll call it to like there on the adjustment. It feels like a bit much, but that may be what it needs to be. We'll send it up there with a good amount of power. And this one is, I'm kind of sacrificing the... Oh, that's not even close. I'm kind of sacrificing the chance at the ace. We do see an ace from Lloyd. Very nice there. Mine was adjusted way too far left. I really over-accounted for that wind, and maybe the spoon is the right move. There we see, I think, 2 aces. Unless that second one was a putt, I think 2. Beef also made the hole-in-one. Very nice shot from Beef, who's off to a fantastic pace here. All right, I have a sneaky little side hill one. We'll try to sink this. About a half dot of power on this putt is what I'll need. We'll make the birdie. I personally wasn't expecting the ace. I have such a hard time keeping that spoon on the green. I feel like I always launch that one, kind of accept my birdie. So an ace from Beef is going to push him to 15 under par through 11. I'll be 1 shot back of that at 14 under, but that's a good pace. I'm really concerned about my own score, and I'm happy with it so far. Let's see if we get any opportunities for hole outs on some of these back 9 par 5s. Hole 12 is going to have 6 mile-an-hour winds, not too bad. And it's that pin position kind of on the middle left part of the green. I have the back tee position here, but that's alright with this crosswind. We should be able to just put that out there to the middle of the shortcut fairway. No problems there. And I mean, this will have a chance. We can bounce it up there, put it close, and see if we can get lucky with maybe holing it out. Otherwise, it shouldn't be too hard of an eagle from here if we, treat it safely. Okay. Just have to hit this with about that much power, I believe. And let's see if we can get this one nice and close. That should move to the right a good amount. Hopefully take a big bounce off that short fairway way up in the air. It will. It'll bounce. Oh, and just miss. Oh, I thought I could have given that a chance, and I put it really close. We'll just have to tap in an eagle, nearly an albatross. I've had a couple close calls in addition to the shots that I've made in this game, but that's the way it typically goes. We'll always take an eagle on 12, that's totally fine. And it'll be eagles all around, so a nice hole 12 there for everybody. 16 under is going to be my score. Beef is at 17 under, a very, very nice pace there. What does hole 13 have in store for us? It looks like some moderately strong... Ooh, 9 miles an hour, not too bad there. Let's see. It's a pin that's not too bad either. Okay, let's aim this one to there. We'll give it about that much power, I think. Okay, that's the shot that I wanted. Now, is it going to be a nice looking result? We'll have to see. It'll sneak around. Let's see if that rolls back. No, it just moves to the right, weirdly, maybe. The trail of that really looks strangely to the right for a green that slopes to the left. I knew I had to cut that one real close to the pin, and I did. I thought it might have been enough. Just another near miss. Now, maybe a little more power was needed there to give that one a real chance. It was moving at a high rate of speed by the cup. We'll have to tap in a birdie, so just a birdie. That one would have been nice, but 17 under through 13 is nothing to complain about. Let's keep this round rolling. We'll see if we can put up a good score and knock that 21 off the board for me. All right, hole 14 is going to have some lighter looking wind and a pin that doesn't look too bad either. Okay, 9 miles an hour. That's kind of just okay. We'll aim it to there. We'll give it that much power. And hopefully that just moves left a good amount. A little bit more than it is. That'll sneak through. Okay, barely. Almost over-adjusted, but we make it through that tree gap. Really, really close call, but we're in the fairway. Now we've got to use the 3-iron and try to bounce it up there that way. Let's give this the adjustment out to there, I want to say. And we'll give it a little bit less than 3.5 dots of power. Yeah, that right about there feels pretty decent. Okay, I think that's a good shot. Let's see where it ends up. That looks quite good, actually. Hang on. Oh, it'll smack the pin. Oh, that was so close to being really, really good. And that's a lot of cases where that I've been saying that type of phrase, that it was really, really close to being good. Zohan will chip it in from the bunker. A nice save for the eagle there. My putt's going to move sneakily left on me, I think. So let's be careful of it. We'll tap it up there with about a dot or a little bit more of power. It'll move left, and we'll sink an eagle on 14. So some nice saves there will contribute to the 5 eagle total. I had a nice putt and almost a look at the albatross, but it'll be 19 under through 14. Beef is at 20 under. We've got Zohan and Alex just behind me. My teammates also playing some pretty good rounds as well. We'll move on to hole 15. What kind of condition are we going to see here? Is it a favorable pin? Is it favorable wind? It's kind of neither. It's kind of just okay on both fronts. Let's send one up there. You can always give it a chance. We'll put that just in the fairway, and I think we may be able to send a 9-iron up there. We'll have to see where we actually end up in terms of distance. 95 yards feels like it should be a good 9-iron shot. Let's see. I just don't know. It's maybe slightly too far. It's uphill. We may have to go 7, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, let's aim this one to there. We'll give it a little bit more power than I feel like maybe is completely necessary. Let's try this out. Let's try to glide one up there. See if we can spin one back maybe. That looks pretty decent. If it bites hard... Oh, it doesn't. It just glides. We'll roll it back down there. Just a little bit off. If that bit a little bit harder, it could have zipped back and maybe given it a chance at rattling in. And once again, a close call. A tap-in birdie, but all it will be is a birdie. It'll be birdies all around. So not many holes with hole-outs. You know, the people playing in these games are really good, and typically you see some hole-outs, but I think that speaks to kind of the difficulty that we're seeing here. We'll have a good look here. This is a good look at hole 16, though. I'll have a fine tee position. This is totally good. Let's aim this to about there. Send it through that gap. And we should have maybe a decent look at an eagle. That is not always the case on hole 16. We'll put it through the tree, bounce it up there. And do we want to spin this? I have some hesitancy with this pin to try to go for the spin. I think I'll want to bounce this up there. Let's see if we can sink it that way. We'll aim this one to there. We'll hit it with a little bit more than a dot of power. We'll call it about there. Warren with a nice chip in will make the eagle. Quack Quack with one as well. So a couple eagles already here. Let's see if I can join that crew, chipping them in. Mine is going to roll. Oh, it's going to miss. It kicks left and misses. Oh, what a missed opportunity there for an eagle. That was pretty straightforward. You know, an opportunity, and kind of the first one that I haven't really taken advantage of in this game. We'll have to tap in a birdie. Oh, Leo with a long putt lips it out as well. Tough look there. Oh my goodness. Alex with a 180-degree lip out. Oh, what a tough hole 16. I think we saw a chip in from Zohan, which is very good for our team. But 2 lip outs, 2 mean lip outs from our teammates. We'll see nice eagles from Warren, Quack Quack, Zohan, and Beef though. And that'll bring Zohan up to even with me. I'll be at 21 under par with 2 holes to play. Beef will be at 23 under. What a pace he's on. That one would have been a real nice one to push this round maybe towards the range of... yeah, we see tough hole 17. So 24 is my top score this season. And we're putting that in question with the fact that we can't really reach hole 17 here. It's just not much of a possibility. Hole 17, even with a full driver, sometimes you can't even put the ball on the green. It's a mean par 3 at the end of this round. And yeah, everybody just has to gather 30 yards short and try to chip it in for the birdie. Just a mean hole in this game. Let's try our best, though. We'll aim this a touch out to the right. It moves back a little to the left once it lands. Let's see if we can get lucky and chip in a birdie here that looks decent. Oh, and I'll lip it. Oh, just a couple of tough breaks towards the end of this round, and that's going to really hurt the scoring looks. We saw limited opportunities. We took advantage of them up until hole 16. We gave it a bunch of really close calls, and sometimes you just get a mean hole 17. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can also make this. It's possible. Oh, there's a rollback chip from Beef that's going to make it all the way. What a strategy to put that one in the cup. So we'll remain at 21 under. Zohan and Beef will be the only 2 birdies. So Zohan's going to pull out ahead of me. Beef will be at 24 under. I still have a decent round going if we can see a nice hole 18. What's it going to be? Is it going to be any wind? Is it going to be nice wind? It looks like it'll be just kind of decent wind. Yeah, not super helpful. It pushes you up there, that's for sure. But it's not the nicest wind to try to make an albatross. You know, light wind sometimes gives you an opportunity. Let's see if we can just put this close, get a nice 23 under, and move on to round 4 tomorrow. We'll see if we can push this into the mid-20s, you know, more frequently. 23 still kind of low 20s. Now let's see. We'll give it... That much power feels good. We'll give it a couple good landing spots. Hang on, that may kick to the right just a little and roll down to the right. It's not going to be enough for the make, but that'll put us in a real good range to make this eagle. That'll put me at 71 under for my 3-round total, so I'll break the 70 barrier for the first time in my couple seasons of the Pro League here. Alex will make a nice eagle there. Beef is chipping for the eagle, and he'll sink it. That'll be 26 under par. 26 under from Beef. Zohan will make a very nice 24 under par. I'll take a 23. That'll be an improvement. Alex will improve on his score as well. I hope you've enjoyed watching. We're going to keep battling to try to push those scores lower and lower. We'll have to try again tomorrow for a better score.